One day ago, we had the community manager asking, with the release of our major update early this week, we have introduced the updated map in Battlegrounds. Yes, sir. This update has made address the major pain points of the players with the map and the game mode, early intern and beta, blah, 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 blah. So, how do you guys like the map? Please give us feedback and all these things. So let's go and check it out on the forums. Jamster, woo, whoa, my god. Okay, I'm gonna bring this on the side, man. Like this is a big one. I posted this elsewhere and seeing the setup. Blizzard proudly claimed at the patch notes that new BGs will bring balanced PvP experience. Okay, nothing could be furthermore from the truth. Okay, what they meant was that now the map, and I think like if I recall really the words, they said like now the map experience, it was gonna be more balanced because it is symmetrical, right? Every team has exactly the same roles and the same chances of winning. You are not defending and you're not attacking, you have to do both. Obviously, regarding like the balancing on the matchmaking, that's another issue that's been in the game since the start, and to be honest, I don't think it will ever go away. Why I don't think like the matchmaking will be ever balanced? Because I think it's done intentionally. I think it's done in a way to make you feel like in the future you kind of want to, if you want to grow strong, you have to spend money. So I definitely think like it is an intentional design. The map is more balanced, but the players are not building defense or offensive. I mean, like that's probably because like maybe they are new to the map and they are still learning. I actually made like a small guide about like some tips of how to win in this new map. But I guess like that's something that will just come with time. Once people like get more used to play it, they will understand. I'm pretty sure people still don't know how many buffs does the mob gives in the middle. What is the sudden death? There's so much more. Like it will just take some time. So here I think, you know, is it was more regarding the map, not really the battle map. So the first problem, the bosses you kill in the middle. The kill is decided based on the last hits on the boss. Ultra ridiculous. No, this is completely fine. This is how League of Legends works. It is fine. It makes the game more competitive. It makes the game in a way that if you are on the other side and you have like 4 guys trying to kill the boss and you go there and you get the last hit and you steal from the other team, that's a feels good. That's a feel good moment. So what the other team has to do, that's the same way that they do in League of Legends, is like you have to make sure that you are gonna protect the boss, you know, or you kill everyone before you go for the final hit, because you don't want them to steal from you, right? So I think that this is not a problem. I think like this just makes it more competitive, in my opinion. Second problem, the map itself heavy favors classes with extreme movement, especially Tempest and Monks. Lesser degree Zaders. You know what? Do you guys... I don't agree with this. I think he actually super favors tanky classes. Right? I mean, like, you have the portals. You have the portals. And the reality is, like, once you get into the idol, like, obviously, classes like with dashes, like Tempest, even on the other map, or any map, they will always be faster than a tank. But that just comes at the cost of being a tanky class or being a DPS class, high mobility. So, I feel like, personally, this new map, for tanky classes, and with lower mobility, it is actually better. Because, like, if you guys remember, in the past, we actually had to walk a lot. And now we actually don't. So, Yeah, I so far I'm not being agreeing like with this. Demon Hunters and Wizards in particular may have not bothered play this map ever. No, oh, bro, what are you talking about? You're saying that Wizard isn't good in this? This guy must be bronze. He has to be. He gotta be bronze, bro. What are you talking about, bro? There's like literally Barbarian, Crusader, and Wizard are like top 3 classes in PvP. Especially whenever it comes to idle pushing. Third problem, the objectives heavily favored barbarians. They always did. What are we talking about? It's not only barbarians, it's any tanky class, Golem, Necro, the other Crusader, and all these things. Fourth problem, enduring the issue of class balance. This is not a map thing. This is a matchmaking problem. It always is been on the other map. Fifth problem, you have time blocked in the battlegrounds, only playable to set off times of the day for goods. Give the players the choice. I mean, like, they have probably just put these for testing purpose, right? They didn't want to remove completely the other map. This new map is bugged. Every time you get a kill, the game freezes. I don't know about this. This feels like a very fucking unhinged person. But yeah, if I have to say something, maybe because there are like a lot of people, a lot of animations happening very close to each other, it feels like slightly laggy. I don't know if it's like really a map situation or it is like optimization on the animations problem. Something he has to, they gotta fix something. If you guys remember, there was like this skill that Firestorm used to be like a different animation, but once people start stacking up a lot of Firestorms, it was creating a huge lag. So I like optimization. I'm sure like it will happen with time, or at least I hope. But I will say also that a lot of times, I will say like 90% of the times I don't lag. But they are like these 10%, whenever you lag, it kind of feels like really bad. So we have Guy. My main issue with the new Battlegrounds is that you must play with a party of 2. No, you don't. No, you don't. What are you talking about? Okay, let me move on. Oh, like what is it? Like, chat, if I was the community manager, I'm like, why am I asking? Jesus Christ. Okay. And by the way, dual Q and flex Q, or if they add this, it's gonna be incredibly good to the game. What they have to do, in my opinion, it is to just like put on a different leaderboard and not be the same. Otherwise, people are probably gonna start exploiting that. PvP is the worst thing in this game. Okay, enough said. Like, this guy has no value on this opinion. Like, he probably doesn't even do PvP and is trying to comment on the PvP map. Great, thanks for the news stuff. Now fix what is being broken forever. Matchmaking, still garbage. Yeah, again, like, I agree. Matchmaking is a huge problem. Team with the most tanks specifically. Barbs. In most cases, steamroll the other team to an... I mean, like, do they still steamroll? I feel like the way it works is like the team with the most tanks and Wizards win. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But 100% they have to put a cap on the classes. That's for sure. Like, I think we can all agree on that, right? I think it's nonsense that you have like 3, 4, 5 Barbs or the Crusaders in one team. You need to cap. Also, one of the reasons why I think they don't cap is because like maybe we don't have enough players to do moves like that. But I think it will be the right move for sure. And if you're talking, oh, but then like popular classes will have like higher queues. Yeah, damn right. Obviously, that's exactly what happens in other like PvP games. If you want to play like the best class or the most like famous role, like for example, again, League of Legends, because like is a good PvP game system. If you want to play mid, top, or ADC, which are like the most popular roles, and jungle as well. Like support is the one that people don't really want to play, so that one has like the instant kill. So yeah, I don't know. Moving on, Ruby Mage. I will try to be constructive. Okay, every time they say this, most likely they are not. I really like the idea of this map. They have great potential, but still some polish. Two major issues. The sacred items buff should go to the team that has damaged the most. No, it doesn't, bro. Like, what is this stake? What are we talking about? This doesn't add any excitement. It doesn't add any excitement, bro. This guy, they have to go play League of Legends to understand. And watch like competitive like League of Legends. Like Baron steals and stealing the Drake, it is like one of like the most hype moments in the game. Because like if it is this, understand this, the counterpoint. If you don't make a last kill, but you make the most damage, you'll just make it in a way that the first team that reaches to the boss wins. You know, because most of the times the first one that gets there is gonna be the one to do the most damage. I don't think it makes like any sense. I like that you have the opportunity to jump into the backline and kill the ranged classes. Yeah, that'll be good. The biggest problem with this PvP mode is barbs. Do you guys think it's barbs? I mean, barbs has always been like a problem, especially the whales. I don't think like barbs are like that strong nowadays in a lower resonance. They do fine. I think like in lower resonance right now, Crusader is better. You know. The main issue is that new map must be played. No, okay, this is ridiculous. It is like, who the hell is giving like feedback in these forums, man? Like, you know what? They should have like how many matches, PvP matches they done, or like their ranking. You know, what is like, are they legend? Are like they are higher rated or something like that? Because I feel like if you don't do a lot of PvP and you're just coming here like to give like some weird takes when you obviously don't fully understand PvP, it's kind of cringe. But I guess like that's how the internet feels like entitled nowadays to always have an opinion about even shit they don't understand. UDEPs keep adding stuff broken. Okay, this matchmaking is broken. Okay, this is just like this is like the typical like crybaby that like Tonks, you know, like it's just, you see it like everywhere. You see on Twitter, Reddit, like everyone is like going crazy, man. Crazy on the whining without like even like fully understand what you are saying. Obviously, we understand like there is a problem with the matchmaking, always been. But saying this, like, and this is like what I think it is crying instead of like criticizing. You know, I think like if you criticize in a constructive way, it can be helpful, but this is never helpful. Okay, we got here a kilometer. The game pacing of this mode is extremely fast. Yes, sir, it's awesome. The match tends to end in like 2-3 minutes on average. I think the adler moves so fast. No, it's awesome. In my opinion, it is awesome. It is one of like the best things that they added in this mode, is that now you can actually not be there was like a lot of downtime. You know what I'm saying? There was so much downtime before getting into an action. Now it's just like you're always popping off, man. You spawn, you get like on the teleport, you're in action, or the action is like right there. I think it's awesome. Classes with damage immunity will have a huge advantage over the classes without damage immunity or builds. This has been true forever. This is like, I mean, like this is like a issue. Like there's like too many damage immunities, right, in the game. But but if you ask why do we have like so many damage immunities, it's just because there is pay to win in the game. And if there was no pay to win in the game, then like Savior will not be a thing. Because you guys remember a life before Savior, how it was? I do. Not because I played the game back then, but because I remember whenever I didn't have a savior pet, it was actually disgraceful. Dual Q easily created in balanced matchup. So I will probably have to ask the devs, like, how does this really work, the dual Q? Because obviously if you put two players with 13 resonance, they should be matching with other people around their resonance, right? At least that's what it makes sense. That's what happens in other like queues, other PvP games. But I cannot confirm or deny if this is really happening. Dual Q should be disabled. No, they will actually, in my opinion, should keep the dual Q. They should just make a different leaderboard. And in the future, I think that you could have, like, your Warman could be a PvP team, and there should be, in my opinion, PvP teams 8 versus 8 leaderboard. I think that will be fucking awesome. I think that will, like, bring the competitiveness of the game even higher. But here's the thing. The problem it is, when it comes to PvP, on top will always be the whales. That's it. It is a pay-to-win game. It is heavily every time we're gonna bring like a ranking system or something like that, it will always favor like the big whales. Battlegrounds should shuffle between the old and no, I'm fine. No, and you know what? I'm good. I don't think it should shuffle at all, man. Just keep the new one. I think the new one is so much better than the old one. But it's like you have an option to just go and pick which map you want to play, and I think that's fine. Now all the whales can easily exploit the new battleground to the max. I mean, who cares? Like, who cares about the rating, PvP rating? We all know that at the end of the season is like the biggest loser that spend the most time in PvP has the most rating. That's how it is. It like being high rated, and this is coming from a guy that's been like multiple times like rank 1, right? It's literally like that. Yes, if you want to be at the top, most likely means like you're kind of decent at the game at least. But it doesn't mean like you are the best, or that you have the best character, or you're the most skilled. It just means like, above all, you put at the most games of the season. Like, you farmed a lot. Like, you grinded a lot. And then it comes all the other things. There should be a Conqueror PvP mode. Conqueror is more balanced. That's why like a lot of whales, they don't like to play it, right? I found a new map to be refreshing, change from the old map. It is chaotic, fun, and a lot faster pace, which allows for more matches in a short period of time. 100%. This is facts. Most players I encountered went wild hunting for kills, didn't realize that a good strategy in this area can easily defeat some of the mightiest whales. This is so true, man. Like, the thing is, like, you have to understand the complexity of this new map comparative to the old one. It is insane. It is like, I will say, in terms of like strategy, you have now 2 idols that you can push and defend. You have the bosses in the middle, it gives you the buffs. You have the sudden death timer. So there is so many other factors that can actually turn the game around, that I feel like personally being slightly more complex and more strategic makes it more fun. Well-timed use portals, the elevated areas for healing station, knowing that dying increase the race timer, all play into the winning map. Split the team into pushing and simultaneous defending. Yes, sir. Like this guy, it feels like he does PvP, bro. One thing that I have to agree with others though is looking at the team of Crusaders and Barb versus the ranged players, it is disconcerting. This aspect needs to be regulated. I actually agree with this. it is super heavy in favor of like Crusaders and Barbarians right now. Anyone that says that is not is crazy. Crusaders, Barbarians, and Wizards are the top 3 classes. But yeah, like there's a lot here. There's a lot. There's some I mean, some good posts, some cringe posts. But overall, I feel like whenever they do this feedback and discussions, you're never gonna really find something like that useful, because what I think it happens, most people they just go to the forums or like Reddits, and maybe like one in 50 posts you may find like some based comments, you know, some like actually good opinion or feedback. But I would say like 99% of them are just like, you know, or people like trash talking, being like super negative, or like they just don't have experience in PvP to actually have a good opinion. Either way, this was cool, man. This was like really cool. I hope that they start like doing more of these things. But more than that, I feel like they should bring like more surveys into like specific players. So for example, after like 1 week or 2 weeks of like just doing the new battle map, I think the game automatically should send an email to all, maybe like I would say like the top 50 players of every server in every class. Top 50 PvP players of every class. And like this, you will have a more proper, you know, feedback. The quality of the feedback most likely will be way better coming from these players. Maybe even 50 is too much. Like there's not even 50 monks. There's not even 50 monks.